Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Vinland Saga, which is on episode 4. Now, it has been like a total of like 3 weeks that we haven't gotten another episode because episodes 1 through 3 got aired on that very day it got released, such as July 7th, if anything, if I remember correctly. Let me check the date. Yeah, July 7th, and we had to wait about like 3 weeks for episode 4 to come out, which is worth it. And this episode looks really simple, so don't be surprised if this recap becomes very short. So if anything else, let's just get this started. Of course, we see to it that Thor would later on beat the many men that was trying to go after him, but like I said, he beats them effortlessly, no problem. And later on, after beating half of Asgard's troops, he will later on manage to reach the boat where his men are at, along with his son. He therefore challenges Askeladd or something, knowing that he could smell that he's a leader of the group, to a duel. That if I win, you leave us alone and let us go. If you win, you could do whatever the hell you want. Askeladd therefore accepts the duel and later on takes him on. We see to it that Askeladd was doing a surprise attack on Thor, but unfortunately his cut was too shallow. We see to it that Thor realizes that Askeladd, or however you pronounce his name, is very strong. He therefore says, "I'm sorry, man, I can't go easy on you." We see to it that Thor was actually smart, using his sword to actually bust up Askeladd's sword, but actually it was a trap instead for Askeladd. Eventually, when Askeladd broke Thor's sword, he was about to go for a wide shot from the above. But unfortunately for him, Thor predicted his move and manages to actually hit his arm and get the sword. And of course, later on puts him to a point where he could kill him. But Thor tells him to surrender and give up, as he already won the duel. Of course, Askeladd himself was actually holding out for the time being when Bjorn himself, Bjorn, which Thor defeated him in about like a couple punches, like 2 punches to 3. He will later on wake up and take his son hostage, and this really upsets Thor, etc. And of course, Askeladd says, "Did you really think I would go by the rules?" And I can understand why Askeladd could do that, I mean, any battlefield or anything else, anything could happen, especially when he is after Thor's head. We see to it that Thor throws his sword away and he tells Askeladd, "I've won this duel, so I want you to keep your word as a warrior." And Askeladd's like, "Very well. As promised on my ancestor, I will let your men go." And therefore, he had his archers shoot a bunch of arrows and stabs Thor. Thor therefore asks his friend before he dies, to take his head to the place where he has to meet up with the Vikings, because if he does not show up, etc., he will be punished. The village will be punished all for the time being. And we see to it, of course, eventually, Thorfinn, who is released from hostage from Bjorn, ends up running to his father and cries in agony, knowing that he's going to die, and therefore passes on. Although there was a quote or saying that Thor said, like, a true warrior does not need a sword whatsoever. I read in one discussion point before I was making this video that would be an important theme for Thorfinn when he's growing up, which apparently Thorfinn will later on hide in one of the ships and later on screams at Askeladd, swearing that he will kill him. In great anger and agony of losing his father, he swears that he will kill Askeladd. And the men ask Askeladd, "What should we do with him?" And he goes like, "Leave him be. He's going to die anyway." Which I go like, I wouldn't underestimate a kid who's the son of Thor himself, and if he is serious about this, he's not going to die that easily, that's for sure. And Askeladd can only mourn and cry over the loss of his father, etc. And that episode ends off with Thorfinn having to sail with Askeladd, etc. Now, I will be honest with you, I did not like the way how Thor died in this episode, but you know, as the synopsis go, and if you look at the opening, it was more likely he was destined to die. But you know, at least we see how much Thor changed in a certain aspect, that he did not kill any of Askeladd's men. He just like paralyzed them or knocked them out pretty badly where they can't fight anymore. Even Askeladd was even shocked about this when he heard that none of his men was killed. So anyways, the episode was pretty cool, and it was very emotional, knowing that Thor was very strong. I mean, we all knew he was very strong. I mean, if you look back in episode 1, he was like one of them powerful warrior Vikings whatsoever, and he could like take on any amateur low pathetic soldiers anyway, just like what he did with Askeladd's men. And what he did in this episode just shows that he's not some ordinary human. But eventually had to die because like you know, because of plot, and of course the opening and synopsis spoiled it, and there's a reason why Thorfinn needs revenge, or why he's really super angry in the first place, you know, and etc. So I'm looking forward to see where the next episode goes. Too bad there's not a preview. I'm better off not having a preview, etc., knowing that Thorfinn's gonna go on a hellish journey to try to kill Askeladd, but seeing how the opening went, you know, which seems like I'm too much of an analyst, is not gonna be some easy road for him. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episode. Hopefully, Thorfinn will grow up to be a powerful warrior, but it's gonna be a long road before he can even reach Askeladd's level. I mean, we saw this guy what he can do. I mean, Askeladd was able to like hold his own against Thor for a bit before his sword broke and he dropped his guard. But if I had to think about it, if Thor was really serious, he could have killed Askeladd no problem if he wanted to. But you know, I mean, it's debatable, but who knows. Anyways, nice episode. Looking forward to the next one. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!